Who was that?
It's your counterpart. Get after it. We need that data.
Can you track it?
I can track the wave of interference that moves through the district.
Good enough. I'm going after it.
Why? What is it?
I don't know.
Ghostrunners have adaptive cyber camouflage. Surveillance cameras, motion sensors, body scanners. They don't see. That's why you were called Ghostrunners.
I've had it all this time?
Of course. How else do you think you've avoided fighting Mara's entire army at once?
It's speeding up, heading towards the tower's core.
Going back to Mara.
It's getting away. At this rate, it'll reach the core before you can intercept.
Find me a shortcut.
Working on it. You could catch a train. They have Intratube here, same as the base. And one is just arriving at the station to your left.
Got it.
Just hop on. The train should be empty.
It isn't.
You what?
So I'm chasing another Ghostrunner.
You're chasing a cheap knockoff. A simple machine. Can't let it escape. If you confront Mara without that data, we won't stand a chance.
You keep saying that.
That's your stop.
GR-74 located. Kill switch component not found. Permission to engage.
Granted.
Engaging.
Useless pawn.
Mara.
She's watching. With the original Ghostrunner parts, these moves wouldn't be possible.
They aren't.
It seems some technological.
GR-74 threat level assessment readjusted.
Just get it done, Tool. Blow yourself up if you have to. Do you hear me, monster? I should have erased you a long time ago. Once your puppet is destroyed, I will fix that mistake. Even if it means ripping you out of the tower's walls, bit by bit, circuit by circuit, I'll destroy all the servers. You'll have nowhere to hide, no place to invest.
Flawless. Now for the important part. We can scan it for the missing data. Yes, it's all in there, intact. You've been asking for a ranged attack. Here it is. You should be pretty familiar with this technique, considering you've been on the receiving end.
Will this work with any sword?
Turu GR weapons are more than swords. They are the pinnacle of engineering, instruments fine-tuned to the Ghostrunner's systems. Yes, it will work with any sword.
You said projectiles are too unpredictable.
Well, you have to plan for contingencies, don't you?
That thing. I think that's what was chasing us. Diego, Saul, Elena?
Your people.
Yes. We didn't know what it was. Just heard the voice. I thought we'd scatter and regroup like always. I ran away.
It's dead now.
They're dead.
We're ready. Time for the final assault.
You're getting close to the core. Security is getting much tighter. There are sentry guns ahead. I can't hack them.
You need to avoid those turrets. They're deadly.
What about my spectral field?
The core is protected by much more sophisticated sensors. I'm afraid automatic camouflage can only get us so far.
They can see me.
They can see everything.
kind of similar, you and I.
How?
You're the last Ghostrunner. I'm the last climber. The Keymaster killed our people. We both chose to fight.
I didn't get to choose.
Sure you did. Everyone does. One way or the other.
The core used to house Dharma's technological and administrative centers. Now it's a grim ruin. It's painful seeing my city in such a state of decay. I've learned my lesson. I won't underestimate Mara again.
How can you remember the coup?
I was already active when Mara killed Adam.
Adam?
Me. Back when I had a name. And a body.
Right now you're traversing the exclusion zone. No civilians are allowed beyond here. There are only rumors about the Keymaster's vast laboratory. I've heard she does some terrifying experiments there. I've even heard she sometimes throws people outside.
Out of the labs.
No, outside. Out of the tower. Probably to watch them die. We were foolish to think we could do this without you. Even if the keys didn't stop us, we'd have never made it through. Even if the keys didn't stop us, we'd have never made it through. We were right to count on your help, though. If you succeed, all the climbers will not have died in vain.
I will.
People grow desperate when they have no hope. And desperate people become violent, dangerous. Basic psychology that remains out of Mara's grasp. She always lacked my subtlety when it came to dealing with other human beings. We're approaching the oldest part of Dharma Tower. This had been my seat of power long before the burst. Up until I was betrayed. It's time to reclaim this place. Or what's left of it.
I've received a distress signal on a frequency only used by the climbers. I have to check it out.
It's a trap.
What if it's not? If there's somebody out there that needs my help, I can't ignore them. I won't let you fight our war while I hide.
I need you.
No, you don't. It was nice of you to pretend you do. But we both know you're fine on your own.
Do you have a weapon?
I do. Thank you for everything you've done for us. I hope that we meet soon, and that we'll all be free when that happens. I hope that we meet soon, and that we'll all be free when that happens. Goodbye, Jack.
Goodbye.
Zoe out.
She probably won't survive. But if we fail, nobody will. Even if we remove Mara, the tower will still be riddled with the crime and corruption she brought about.
What do you mean?
I mean, saving humanity will take more than just killing the tyrant. It will require iron resolve. Regrettably, most of humanity's history and culture is forever lost. Mara didn't care about such things. The only science she prized was her own research. She had no idea how to run the tower. While everything fell apart, she hid away in her laboratory.
What was her goal?
Change. She took it upon herself to alter humanity. You'll see for yourself soon enough.
Mara the Keymaster will now address the residents of the tower.
That's unexpected.
Why?
She doesn't do speeches. Never been much of a leader.
It's been a long time since I've talked to you. Too long. Some of you seem to have forgotten me.
Oh, I don't think they have.
I'm not here to rule you. I'm here to save you. The outside world is harsh and deadly. And it's not going to change. Not anytime soon. We can't alter the planet, but we can alter ourselves.
That's nonsense. Entirely artificial respiratory system. Synthetic grafts covering 80% of the body. No brains to speak of. This is Mara's solution.
And what's yours?
Like I told you, I am resolved, single will, one purpose.
We need to adapt, to evolve. Technology kept us alive until now, gave us this shelter. But we need to take it in deeper, into our bodies. Some of you already received the gift. They can walk under the sky. Soon, everyone will be enhanced. Soon, we'll inhabit the outside once more. This place is not our home. Transformation is not easy. It is hard and painful, and it takes work.
Wait, it's still here. She must have missed its function. One of the auxiliary circuits. You know what to do. It might be our best find yet. A singular opportunity. The technique you'll learn here is beyond what regular Ghostrunners were ever capable of.
Regular. We weren't equal?
Equal? Yes. Identical? No. Some of you had unique abilities. Some had experimental features.
What about me?
What about you?
What were my unique abilities?
You didn't have any, I'm afraid. Who would have thought you were the one destined to become so very special?
Who were we?
We've been through that already. You were peacekeepers. My elite.
No, before that. Before the implants.
There was no before. You weren't born. You were engineered from a single cell up. You don't have implants. You are your implants.
What's the technique?
You remember the Atma chip the girl used?
Brain interfaces.
Yes. There's a way to exploit them. Send a control signal deep into the neural cortex.
You learned how to hack people.
If that's what you want to call it.
Won't Mara try to use this exploit?
No, she won't. She doesn't even know it exists. Ironic, considering the way she defeated you. I guess we both kept our little secrets. The software update is complete. Now, to try it out, find their center. Let the implants speak to you. Good. Pick your target wisely. Not every pawn is going to be worth the effort. Just like that. This is actually quite tricky to simulate.
You're worse than Mara.
What are you talking about?
She sabotaged the Ghostrunners. You did it to everyone.
It's a tool. If you don't like it, don't use it.
Those who fear change, those incapable of making the effort, took up arms against us. We had to defend our future, and we did. The traitors are dead, but their supporters still walk among us. If we don't want to lose our dream, we must act on it. The time has come. We won't wait any longer. The key is turning. The shackles are...
What does it mean?
It means she wants to turn everyone into abominations. Replace half their bodies with her insane tech.
She made my implants.
It's not the same as the Ghostrunners.
Why not?
She was working with me then.
Augmentation will begin in an hour. All residents of Dharma Tower should report to their nearest Keymaster Guard Station and await further instructions. Residents who fail to comply will be contacted by officers of the Guard and escorted to the augmentation facilities.
Her creations are no longer human. Mara must be stopped. These used to serve as the laboratories of the world's top scientists. And I do mean the world. Many of Earth's brightest minds were brought here before the burst. Many more were on the way when the cataclysm occurred.
For what purpose?
To preserve their expertise. We couldn't save all humanity, but we could save the best of us. This is what Mara wants for everyone. Just look at them. Monsters. You killed a lot of people on your way here. That was collateral damage. Unnecessary evil. This here, it's mercy killing. Such a waste. Each one of them could have contributed to the tower's future. Each one of them could have contributed to the tower's future. Be a useful tool in the making of humanity's redemption.
A tool?
Everyone's an instrument, something greater. Their master, an ideal they hold dear, even their own ambition.
I know you're here. You and your puppet. How do you like my work? It took a lot of trial and error, but we're ready now. Nothing must go to waste. Even the martyrs of progress still have a purpose.
Victims, not martyrs. And if this is progress, we should have never climbed down from the trees. not the worst of Mara's tortures. Their minds are even more disfigured than their bodies.
Why would she do this?
It's just a side effect. She doesn't care about their sanity, only about efficiency. But the human mind cannot survive in a body so far removed from its original form.
What about your mind?
Tell me something, monster. Do you think you are him? Do you believe it? Oh, I know you can hear me. Let me tell you then, you are not Adam. You're an abomination that he came to fear before he died.
Before she killed him,
Flawed as he was, you're far worse. Not a shred of conscience, no empathy, no soul.
Is it true?
what, that I have no soul? Ask a philosopher if you can manage to find one.
About Adam.
He feared death, not me.
One thing's been bothering me. Why did you protect Sector 5? Why risk your precious pawn instead of getting to me as soon as possible? Unless it wasn't you who wanted to save them, but your puppet. It's got a will of its own now. Did you act?
No reason to listen to her prattle on. She's just trying to sidetrack you again.
You're not him.
Of course I am. Who else would I be? If you copy a file, is the copy any different than the original?
He was no file.
You're starting to sound like her. Let's focus on the task at hand. We'll discuss this later.
You're not in control, are you? You must talk to your tool. Convince him to do what you can't. Don't try to silence me again. Let him listen. He has ears. I should know. I made them.
Do not listen to her. It's nothing but a diversion.
Have you told him anything at all? About your plan? About why he exists? How Adam needed slaves stronger than humans, but expendable. How did you...
You silenced her,
I couldn't stand the noise.
so you can hack their systems.
This part of Dharma was the heart of Cyber Void. This place is special.
You lied to me.
I only withhold information when it's not vital to your survival or to the plan. You will learn all the details once we deal with Mara. She is the only enemy, not just yours and mine. Humanity's.